Hello guys, welcome to the VAR show. So today we are going to talk about the major transfers that took place in the winter transfer window as the window has now closed. So this will be in terms of maybe the star quality of the player and the market value the player has right now. So first beginning up we'll talk about the first player on the list is Christian Eriksen. He moved from Tottenham to Inter Milan and his contract was up in this coming summer and he moved for a fee of 20 million. Second up was a long drawn saga of the Portuguese international Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes moved from Sporting Lisbon to Manchester United for a fee of 55 million euros, that is up top, and the fee could rise up to 85 million euros including bonuses. Third player on the list is Erling Haaland. The 19-year-old moved to Dortmund from RB Salzburg for 20 million euros, and that looks like a snip now. He has scored 7 goals in 3 games for Dortmund, and probably he'll be a top striker. Our fourth player on the list is Duvan Zapata. He moved to Atalanta. He was already on loan at Atalanta from Sampdoria, but they converted his loan to a permanent move for 12 million euros. He scored 28 goals for Atalanta last year. Paco Alcacer moved from Borussia Dortmund to Villarreal for 23 million euros. He was phenomenal when he started last year, but this season they bought Haaland and he hasn't got much game time. Our sixth player is Dejan Kulusevski. He moved from Atalanta to Juventus for 35 million euros, and then again he moved to Parma on loan, where he was on loan from Atalanta in the beginning of the season. Our seventh player is Dani Olmo. The 21-year-old moved from Dynamo Zagreb to RB Leipzig for 20 million euros, which would rise up around to 35 to 40 million euros with add-ons. A host of clubs wanted him, with the likes of Barcelona also being linked. He was a former Barcelona player. I think he was in La Masia. So Steven Bergwijn is the next player. The 22-year-old moved from PSV Eindhoven to Tottenham Hotspur for a fee of around 30 million euros in the beginning with possible add-ons. Christoph Piontek moved from AC Milan to Hertha Berlin for 27 million euros. He had joined AC Milan last year and he had hit top form, but he was struggling for form this year. Our 10th player is Rainier, who moved from Flamengo to Real Madrid for an estimated fee of 30 million euros. Suso moved from AC Milan to Sevilla on loan initially, but the deal can be made permanent in the summer. Or not just summer, I think he moved for 18 months loan and then it can be made permanent. Emre Can moved from Juventus to Borussia Dortmund for initially on loan, and the move will be made permanent in the summer for a fee of around 30 million euros. Matteo Politano moved from Inter Milan to Napoli on loan for a fee of around 2.50 million euros for loan fee. Yannick Carrasco moved from Dalian in the Chinese league to Atletico Madrid on loan, and he will probably sign a contract in the summer. I mean, Atletico Madrid have an option to make it permanent in the summer for around 15 million euros. So that's a snip again. Ezequiel Palacios, the 21-year-old, moved from River Plate to Bayern Leverkusen for 17 million euros, and this can be an absolute snip. The guy has tremendous quality. So Lucas Tossart moved from Olympique Lyon to Hertha Berlin for 25 million euros, but he will stay at Olympique Lyon for the rest of the season and will only join up with Hertha Berlin at the end of the season. Julian Weigl, the defensive midfielder from Germany, moved from Borussia Dortmund to Benfica for 20 million euros. It was a very odd move because he had tremendous potential, and it was not long back that he was being linked with the likes of Barcelona to replace what's his name, Sergio Busquets, and even with Bayern Munich. But that's quite a fall from grace to go from there to Benfica. I still feel he could have gone to the likes of maybe mid-table English club where we would have got more limelight. Even for the likes of Wolves, they could have got him for maybe, that's a snip, 20 million euros. Gabriel Barbosa moved from Inter Milan to Flamengo for 17.45 million. He was on loan with Flamengo, and they won the domestic League and Copa Libertadores, and they lost in the final of the Club World Cup against Liverpool. So potentially there are a lot of buyers for Gabriel Barbosa, or commonly known as Gabigol, but let's see. Sander Berge moved from KRC Genk to Sheffield United for 21.50 million euros. He is a player with extreme potential, and Sheffield have got a good buy there. Christian Kouame moved from Genoa to Fiorentina on loan. Jared Bowen moved from Hull City to West Ham for a fee of 21.30 million euros. So that's a very huge amount of fee, and hopefully he repays West Ham. And West Ham desperately want new bodies because they are trying to fight off relegation, and it will be a very, very big gulf in payment once you get relegated. So Joao Pedro moved from Fluminense to Watford for a fee of around 4 million. Again, this can be extremely good as his market value is somewhere in the region of 20 million euros, and he just moved for a penny of 4 million euros. So Carlos Alena moved from FC Barcelona to Real Betis on loan. So he again was someone who was touted to be the next great product of La Masia. Rolly Thomas moved from Benfica to Espanyol for a fee of 20 million euros, and he's kind of repaying it back because he has 3 goals in 3 games. So that's quite good. So Patrick Cotrono moved from Wolves to Fiorentina. I think they have the option to make it permanent, but he has moved on loan as of now, and the loan fee is around 3 million euros. Stanislav Lobotka moved from Celta de Vigo to Napoli for 20 million euros. Yusuf N. Nesri moved from CD Leganes, who are rock bottom, to Sevilla for 20 million euros. Alvaro Odriozola moved from Real Madrid to Bayern Munich on loan. Okay, then Bruno Guimaraes moved from Atletico PR to Lyon for 20 million euros. So he's again a very good player, and many clubs wanted him. Alexandro Florenzi moved from AS Roma to Valencia on loan. Danny Rose moved from Tottenham Hotspur to Newcastle on loan. He was recently, as 2 seasons back, was being linked with the likes of United for a 15 million buyout, but he has gone to Newcastle. No disrespect to Newcastle, but they are not United. Okay, so Sofian Amrabat moved from Hellas Verona to Fiorentina for 20 million euros. Daniel Podence moved from Olympiacos to Wolves for 19.60 million euros. Valentino Lazaro moved from Inter Milan to Newcastle on loan of around 1.50. Andrea Petagna moved from SPAL to Napoli for 17 million euros, but he'll remain on loan at SPAL for the rest of the season. So Edmund Tapsoba moved from Guimaraes to Bayern Leverkusen for 18 million euros. Carl Toko Ekambi moved from Villarreal to Olympique Lyon for a loan fee of 4 million euros. Diego Deme moved from RB Leipzig to Napoli for 12 million euros. Alfred Duncan moved from Sassuolo to Fiorentina on loan. Mattia Caldara moved from AC Milan to Atalanta on loan. Angelino, who had just come back to City, moved out again to RB Leipzig on loan. Cheng Tosun moved from Everton to Crystal Palace on loan, and he kind of had an impact. He scored a goal against Manchester City. Jason Fernandez moved from Benfica to Spurs on loan for 4.50, and Spurs have the option to make it permanent. I think he moved for an 18-month loan, and then they have an option to make it permanent. Pedro moved from Fiorentina to Flamengo for a fee of around 1 million on loan. Yusuf Fofana moved from Strasbourg to Monaco for 15 million euros. Ionut Radu moved from Inter Milan to Parma on loan. So these are like top 50. I'll continue a few more. Matthias Cunha moved from RB Leipzig to Hertha Berlin for 15 million euros. Hertha Berlin are stockpiling talents now. Amir Rahami moved from Hellas Verona to Napoli for 14 million euros. Jean-Kevin Augustin moved from RB Leipzig to Leeds on loan. He was on loan at Monaco, and they cut short the loan and they sent him to Leeds. Apparently Manchester United wanted him, but he chose Leeds, and apparently Leeds have the option to buy him for permanent. Steven and Zonzi moved from AS Roma to Stade Rennes on loan. So Takumi Minamino moved from RB Salzburg to Liverpool on 8.50 million euros. Munas Dabur moved from Sevilla to Hoffenheim for 12 million euros. He had just joined Sevilla and he has already been shipped out. Jason Murillo moved from Valencia to Sampdoria for 12 million euros. Terence Kongolo moved from Huddersfield Town to Fulham on loan. Mbwana Samata moved from KRC Genk to Aston Villa for 10.50 million euros and he already has scored on his debut. Aaron Moy moved from Huddersfield Town to Brighton for 6 million euros. He was on loan and they made it permanent. Jakob Brun Larsen moved from Borussia Dortmund to Hoffenheim for 9 million euros. Ivan Cavaliero moved from Wolves to Fulham for 11.80 million euros. Mario Mandzukic moved from Juventus to Al Duhail on free transfer. This was beginning of the transfer window and probably I have already mentioned it once or twice. So we are almost reaching quite back. So yeah, which are the other proper? Okay, Jesus Vallejo moved from Wolves to Granada on loan. That bought him and is Spanish international. Bobby Reed moved from Cardiff to Fulham for 8.90 million euros. So that's a lot of money. Chicharito moved from Sevilla to LA Galaxy. So to apparently replace Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which will be difficult because he scored almost a goal every game. Zlatan when he was playing for LA Galaxy. So I think I'm going to butcher the next name. So Aurelien Tchouameni moved from Bordeaux to Monaco for 20 million euros. He's a 20-year-old defensive midfielder and highly touted. So not many players are left about whom I can say big money moves. Okay, Diego Dem moved from RB Leipzig to Napoli for 12 million euros. I don't know whether I have already said that. Okay, anymore. Yeah. Stranger Pavlovic moved from Partizan to Monaco for 10 million euros. He's a centre back, 18-year-old. Remy Odin moved from Reims to Bordeaux for 10 million euros. Okay, so do we have any other? Yeah, Josh Brownhill moved from Bristol City to Burnley for 10 million euros. Okay, Leandro Cabrera moved from Getafe to Espanyol for 9 million euros. Espanyol have bought some good players and probably they want to escape relegation. You know, relegation can be very, very turning point in any club's history, because many times some clubs which get relegated don't even come back for quite a while. So any other player? Michael Hector, the Chelsea centre back, I think he hasn't played for Chelsea. So he moved from Chelsea to Fulham for 5.90 million euros. So who's the more? Anyone guy? Yeah. So this is another guy, Luan, who's always been linked to not Everton, many clubs in Europe. Has moved from Gremio to Corinthians for 5 million euros and he's already 26 years old, and I do not think he'll be ever reaching the heights that people have touted him to reach. Kwang Son Han has moved from Juventus to Al Duhail for 5 million euros. He's North Korean international who was again highly touted by many players. So Pablo Mari has moved from Flamengo to Arsenal for 5 million euros. He's on loan and probably they have the option to make it permanent. Naki Wells moved from Burnley to Bristol City for 4.75 million euros. Dan Randolph moved from Middlesbrough to West Ham for 4.70 million euros. Gustavo Gomez moved from AC Milan to Palmeiras in the Brazilian League for 4.5 million euros. Lucas Cavallini moved from Puebla FC to Vancouver for 4.50 million euros. So Thomas Soucek moved from Slavia Prague to West Ham in the Premier League for 4.50 million euros. It's a loan and they have the option to buy him. So any more guys? Any more? Okay, none which okay, I'm just going through a list. So I'll say, yeah, so there's another big profile. Alan moved from Liverpool under 23 to Atletico in the Brazilian League. So he hasn't played any league game or any game, competitive game for Liverpool, because he didn't get the work permit. He moved for a fee of 3.50 million euros. He has played for the likes of I think he played for Frankfurt. Yeah, he played for Frankfurt, I think so. He was on loan. So Patrick Cotrone moved from Wolves to Fiorentina, 3.3 million euros, as I already said. Okay, any other player, any other high profile club player? No. So this time I've reached 6-7 page in the list. So what do you think about the transfer window? Whom do you think has been extremely good buy for any club? Okay, so Marco Marin has moved from Red Star Belgrade to early in the Saudi Arabian Professional League for 2.25 million euros. He previously played for Chelsea. He was on loan. He was from Chelsea and he had gone on loan to many other teams. He had a lot of potential and he was being highly touted by many players. So again, I'm trying to search any other. So yeah, as I was saying, whom do you think has been a very good buy for any other teams in the whatever transfer window has offered? Who do you think, or which player do you think has been the most successful buy or sell by any team? So Ryan Babel has left Galatasaray and joined Ajax for a loan fee of 1.55 million. He has previously already played for Ajax. So Ashley Young moved from Manchester United to Inter Milan for 1.50 million euros. Victor Moses has joined Inter Milan on loan. Inter Milan are just stockpiling EPL players, English Premier League players. So Chema, 27-year-old centre back, has joined Getafe from Nottingham Forest for 1.50 million euros. So again, Getafe are flying high and they also sold the centre back to Espanyol. So again, this can be a very good move. So Igor, the Brazilian centre back, has moved from SPAL to Fiorentina on loan for 1.50 million euros. And Carlos Zambrano has moved from Dynamo Kiev to Boca Juniors for 1.50 million euros. This is a permanent transfer. So talking of more players, personally for me, I like the signing of Sander Berge. Sheffield United, I think they did a very smart business. They signed him. So Louis Barry has moved from Barcelona under 19 to Aston Villa for 1.05 million euros. So it can be a very smart move. He was in the La Masia and he now moved to Aston Villa. And who was the other person who took that same route? Adama Traore, who now plays for Wolves. He was in La Masia and then he moved to Aston Villa. So now Nabil Bentaleb, former Tottenham player, moved from Schalke to Newcastle for a loan fee of 1 million euros as of now. Carlos Perez moved from FC Barcelona to AS Roma on a loan fee of 1 million euros and they can buy him for around 11 million euros. Ricardo Rodriguez was once touted to achieve such enormous heights, has moved from AC Milan to PSV Eindhoven for a fee of 1 million euros. It's a loan. Emre Can has moved from Juventus to Borussia Dortmund for 1 million and they can make it permanent. I have already said that. Thiago Santos has moved from Palmeiras to FC Dallas for 900k euros. So as I was saying, I like the signing of Sander Berge by Sheffield United. I think it was extremely good. He's a young professional and he can improve to a very good level, and then maybe they can sell him on and definitely they'll make back all the profits, and they can even he can even push them the starting 11 to a position where they challenge for Europe. He can help them. He can help Sheffield United's cause, and Sheffield United can help him by letting him express his talents. So I think those were the most major transfers that took place. Okay, Irving Ongenda moved from FC Botosani to Chievo Verona on 500k. He previously played for PSG. So I think this is all that I have for the transfer rumors and winter transfer window of 2020. So I'll see in my next videos. I hope you are liking my video contents. If you do like, please leave a like and also comment, and if possible share and subscribe, or whatever, whichever platform you're watching this, do what is required. It will help a lot. Thank you so much. Bye.